Welcome to Monday's Miracle Moment. I'm Reverend Diane Lund with another quote from A Course in Miracles. And here we have this week's quote. It says, "Peace is the state where love abides and seeks to share itself." One more time, peace is the state where love abides and seeks to share itself. So, it's always interesting how when beauty contests or something like that, they ask, what would you love to see in the world? And people often say world peace. I'd love to see world peace. And wouldn't we all love to see world peace? Well, why don't we have peace? I think most everybody wants peace, but why is it so difficult to get there? As the card says, peace is a state where love abides and seeks to share itself. So when we're not in peace, we must be in a state other than love. And why is that? Well, the Course says the ego, which comes from fear, wants to get us to do things other than love. It wants to get us to defend. It wants to get us to argue. It wants us to do all kinds of things rather than be just in the state of love, open-hearted, willing to give to others, willing to extend the love I feel in my heart. And that love is always there. It actually never goes away. What we do is we cover it up with all kinds of ego worries and concerns, and that is created by the culture of fear that we tend to live in. If you turn on the news, it's the nightly evening news report of all the fearful things that could happen to you if you go outside. And so we learn how to defend. We learn how to argue for what we think we want to keep us safe or keep us secure or just keep us in the life and style we're accustomed to being in. We're all worried inflation's coming, housing prices are coming, we're going to be in poverty, we're going to be in starving. Well, it's true, there are people in poverty and starving. But what we really need to work on is keeping our own vibration centered on the love that we have in our heart. And if we can't feel that, then it's our job to work on what is it that's keeping peace and me extending love. So we'll be looking at in the study group, where are you at peace and where do you extend love and where do you hold back and why do you hold back? That's the interesting piece. Why do we hold back? Do you see one and you think, oh, wow, that person looks beautiful or wonderful, but for some reason you don't give the compliment? Why do we hold back? Why do we not share and extend love? Well, each of us, it's the work in this lifetime to remove the barriers to the presence of love. That's what the Course in Miracles is all about, uncovering the love within your side by removing the barriers to it. So that means we've got to look at those barriers. We've got to look at our anger. We've got to look at where we defend. We've got to look at that blind spot that maybe our neighbor or our friend says, hey, you always say X when I bring up this. It's kind of negative. And you go, oh, I didn't even know I was doing that. That's kind of a blind spot. So join us in the study group. It's at 9:30 in the mornings. So please come along. We'd love to share with you. And if you don't come along, maybe just think about the question this week. Where do you have love or feel love, but you don't extend it? And why not? It's just something interesting for your journal. That's it for this week. Thanks for listening to me. And be sure to pop by the study group. We'd love to see you. Bye for now.